Yeah, that's fun. Okay, now you came here in 1907.
1907.
1907, you must have been about 9 years old. Is that right?
No, I wasn't quite 9.
Not quite.
I was born in 1897.
1897. Um,
I think I was around 8. 7, 8. I can count. 1897.
hmm Now, did you have relatives here?
I had an auntie.
You had an aunt here?
An uncle and aunt. Her name is Mrs. Mary Warren. Mr. and Mrs. Henry Warren at 825 Brady Street. And that's where we stopped at when we first came to Muncie. And of course, my father, in the meantime, he had came here ahead of his family and bought this house.
This very one right
this
here?
Right here. And of course, we've had it remodeled since then. And this whole area was surrounded with nothing but bushes. We didn't have those, decent streets, nothing but mud streets. And we had just a path go around to the store. And we had 3 stores out here, right away. One was a Pittenger store, and the other one was a Gavin store, and the Burns store. That was up on Highland Avenue. And we did have 2 street lights. One on Macedonia and Lowell. At that time, they called it 3rd Street, but they changed it to Lowell. And one up on Highland and Broadway. And otherwise, we had to carry a lantern wherever we went to see. And we had coral lights. We didn't have no electricity out here at all. And no running water, nothing but well water.
Did you have your own well in the back?
Oh, yes, we had wonderful water. It was cold, it was real nice water. I had to give it up.
Yeah.
And my father, he had a lot of, out here we could raise hogs. We had hogs and cow and horses and ducks and chickens and guineas.
Did you have a barn then?
Yes,
Yeah,
a barn lot.
guinea hen?
We call that a barn lot out there in the back. And we raised our own meat and butchered. My father did his own butchering and hung the hogs up on a scaffold.
Yeah.
And
did you have an ice cellar then, or
no, we had
or?
a cellar.
You had a cellar.
And of course, down the cellar it was cold down there, cool, say cold. And we didn't even have an ice box.
No.
At that time, I don't really know. But my father smoked off his meat. He had a smokehouse, and we smoked all our meat. But it was always delicious meat, because that ham would be so good.
Yeah.
Because he put it down in brown sugar and salt, something like that. And I didn't have a mother. My mother passed away when I was a year old. And my father reared 8 of us without a mother. And I had a blind brother. He went blind when he was 10, and he died when he was 31. And
there were 8 of you all together.
8
children.
And my mother was...
Where did you fit in there?
I was the last child.
You were the last one?
I'm the baby.
You were the baby.
Yeah. I'm the only one left of the Logan family.
What was your name?
Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan.
Name was. And my father's name was George Logan. Because I didn't know my mother. But her name was Dibby Elizabeth. And my father talked to me and told me a lot of nice things about her. That's all I knew. And I have a picture of her. That's all I can go by. Because she passed away when I was a year old. And now the school where Schaefer Chapel Church is right now, that used to be a great big frame school. And all the houses on this side, let me see, there's two houses on this side of the Shepherd Chapel Church. There wasn't any houses there then. That was the playground, the children's playground. And of course, they were building on the Longfellow School then. They didn't have it completed when we got here. And my sister went to the old Longfellow School in the frame building. But I went to a little kindergarten across the street from the new Longfellow School. They tore that building down.
And the new Longfellow School is the one they now call West Longfellow
Yes,
on
they called it the West Longfellow School.
Highland and Broadway.
Yes.
What was the name of that one on where the Schaefer
Chapel is? They called it Longfellow. That was Longfellow. They just changed it down to there. And, it was, I don't think, I didn't have to stay in kindergarten very long. I we all moved over into the big building. And then, at that time, we had a woman principal. Her name was Mrs. Kelly. And she was very nice, and she taught the girls how to dance on the recreation hall. She'd, at recess time, they'd dance, and the boys could dance with the girls. But she was teaching them how to dance. And we all combined together and we got a long time. There was no racial trouble at all then.
How many houses were there out around here that went to that?
Well, now there isn't. Up on Highland Avenue, there was more houses up there. I can't exactly count them right now because so many of them have been torn down. But mostly on Highland Avenue, there was a lot of white people lived on Highland Avenue. There were very few colored lived on Highland. And of course, there wasn't too many colored people out here in Whiteley.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a church out here in Whiteley. We used to go to Sunday school. Some lady across town used to come out and have us, she seemed like to me, she was a white lady. She used to come out and help us have church at Mr. Ed Duvall's home on Hines Street. And Duval. He's passed and gone. And so finally they've taken this place where I used to go to kindergarten. They've taken that as a church. And they called it the Missionary Church. And that was the first church in Whiteley.
What denomination was it?
It was Baptist.
Baptist?
Baptist, Missionary Baptist. And then some of the people got dissatisfied and unhappy, you know how they do in churches sometimes.
Yeah.
So they had a split up. And so some went down to, called it the Antioch Baptist Church. It was just a little small, just a big room. It wasn't much of a church, just a big room. And I went down there.
Was it in a separate building?
Yes. It was just a big building. It was on Macedonia because the church they started was on Highland, on Highland and Penn, what they call it now. And then the Missionary Baptist Church, they got enough money together and stuck together, and they built this church up here on Macedonia. They called it the Union Baptist Church. But at the time, it was a Missionary Baptist Church. And why they got the Union Baptist Church, the Antioch people all decided would commune together and call it United Union Baptist Church because they had united together.
When was that they...
I can't remember exactly what year that was. I know I had already been baptized down to Antioch. I think I was around 14 at the time.
That the churches came together to form the union.
Yes, And of course I forgot when they split up again. And those that was at Antioch, they went on back down to Antioch. And they had a time, so people, the majority of them stayed at the union. But I just stayed at union. I said, well, no sense going back and forth, you know. So I just stayed at union. So I'm the oldest member at the Union Baptist Church now. There's a lot of people older, but as old as I am, but they hadn't been here in Muncie that long.
Well, let's see if I can reconstruct that then. It started out as a missionary church.
Missionary Baptist Church.
A missionary Baptist church. And who was the minister then? Did they have a regular minister, or was there just this?
Yes, they had a minister, Reverend Mac Williams. That was on the cornerstone. Reverend Mac Williams was a minister of the Missionary Baptist Church.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he died from that church. And the Antioch, the minister that baptized me was named Reverend Crothers.
Reverend Crothers.
Crothers. And after that, then I had an uncle, my mother's brother, James Ray. He was a pastor there for years. And
when was that?
He passed away. And then I had a cousin named Jess Level. He'd taken it over. And Jess pastored there until he died. And now Reverend Broadix is there now, and Reverend Broadix has been there ever since then. And I forgot how long that's been. You know, when you switch back and forth like that, you forget how many years it's been. But they have an anniversary all the time for Reverend Broadix, but I really forget how long. But I know he's been there for a long time.
And that's Antioch.
Yeah, Antioch.
Yeah.
And they have a very nice, pretty church now.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Union's got a new church.
Brand new one.
Yeah, they tore the old missionary down and got a new church.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, my Whitey has enlarged so, and you know, so many people have moved in and bought nice homes out here. And of course, for me, come to Muncie, it was just horrible. But and at that time, my father bought a lot of lots because it was just $10 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he owned a lot of property around in Muncie. And just think now, you can get $800,000 and $900,000 for a lot out here.
Mm-hmm. Well, when he bought the lots, did he farm them then, or did he then sell them to other people
He bought them and sold them to different people. And a lady over here on Lowell Street now, she's one that bought 2 of the lots of my father, and they built a home over there.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, he was cheap, and he went to work at Broadrick's. I think I told you that.
Yeah.
He went to Broadrick's. He and my uncle James Ray, that was his son. He was one that was a pastor, and my cousin Ambrose Ray. They were the first Negroes in the Broadrick's factory, and they were making $1.50 a day. Mm-hmm. Of course, that was good money in them days.
Was that before World War One?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yes.
Did he go to work at Broadrick's when he first came here?
Yes.
Then, as soon as he got here.
He got here. They were the first ones when they first built Broadrick's. It was the first colored, just 3.
Just 3.
3 colored people in there. Mm-hmm. And
is that what really attracted him to Muncie then?
Well, he liked Muncie. He came. We had moved here. So he was here.
Yeah.
We was right here in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. My father used to, after he came out of factories and things, he worked for himself. And of course, we had a lot of gardens, and we sold a lot of vegetables and things like that. And he worked for Godric's Wholesale Company. And
what was the name of that?
Godric's Wholesale Company. Godric's Wholesale. I was still here in Muncie yet or not. Godric's Wholesale. It was down there on near Howard Street, and I believe Liberty. It's down that way, down near on the other side of the post office.
Yeah.
And Alts. A-L-E-G. Alts.
A-U-L-T?
Yes, Alts. Yeah. And I don't know whether they're still here or not. Seemed like to me they
the name sounds very familiar.
I think they're still here.
Yeah. Well,
my father worked for them for years, and
this was a wholesale grocery.
Wholesale. Oh, he was a wholesale place.
Oh, all kinds of things.
Yes, everything. And you know, then in them days, if they get a busted flour sack, they would give it to my father, and even if a stalk of bananas, if they didn't look right, they would give it to my father. Mm-hmm. And my father sold it to different people. You know, they come here and buy. Papa let them have for nothing almost. Mm-hmm. I bet I don't know. He didn't get very much out of it.
Yeah.
And he got great big grapefruits down there, and he thought they were lemons. My father had never seen a grapefruit,
Oh.
and he said these are the sourest lemons I ever seen. But I didn't know what it was. I said, well, Papa, that's a grapefruit. You had to put sugar on them. Oh, dear.
Pretty good sized lemons.
Yes. And then I think I did tell you about the streetcars in Muncie, how they were running up Broadway. They used to run right in the center of Broadway. And I forgot what year, but they moved it over on the side.
Yeah.
Near the park, and then they paved that was a brick. It wasn't paved like it is now. It was brick. They laid brick on that street, and then there was a skating rink on the east side of the street of Broadway. And of course, now it wasn't there at the time when they moved that track. They put that down. They put that over there later. But in the park, now we had a lot of houses over in the park. And then there was a man named Mr. Benson. He had a barber shop and a pool room over on that side in the park. And then he had a concession stand in the back in the park. Now, that road that comes around there where they got, comes in, when you come into the park and go around, well, from that side on over this way, it was just for colored. And that's when they really would start having racial trouble. And you had the whites over there. But the funniest thing I couldn't understand, now you could go to the ball game. It was over on the white side. And the colored and white, we used to have wonderful ball games here. But they couldn't go over there and sit down. And then
colored people couldn't go sit down?
Not over on that side.
Oh.
So some of them start going over there and sitting down, And the policeman would tell them to move. And they said, we have just as much right to sit here. A lot of us spunkier enough to come. They had just as much right to sit there as they would. And so they stopped that. So, and in the park, it was a kind of a zoo. We had so many animals out there in that park. And monkeys and bears and what you call these horses, leopard, striped horses, what do you call them? Zebras. Horses.
Yeah.
And we had giraffes and all kinds of different kinds of chickens and it was just a regular zoo out there.
Everybody could go to.
Oh, everybody. The park on Sundays, the park would be just like that. It was just loaded with people, and they dress up. People they go into the park, they'd be all dressed up.
Yeah.
And then they had a horse and buggy then, And the boys would go down to the stable and get a real pretty rig with red wheels,
Yeah.
That enticed the girls to go buggy riding. So, now that's been a long time ago. Like, I can't, but I knew I was growing up then. I was around, I must have been about 15 years old or 16, because I began to look at the boys.
Take a good look at those red wheels and buggies.
And, I used to ride bicycle. I always rode horseback. And I skated after I got the skating rink. Then I skated a lot, and then I finally won 2 championships of being the fastest skater. And I beat
Now that was at Bob Campbell's?
Bob Campbell's skating rink.
Was that for whites too?
White and colored.
That was both, huh?
But they didn't have it together. I mean, the colored people had their night, and the white people had their nights.
I see.
And they'd have dances there the same way. But the white could come there and see when we would be skating, but they couldn't get out and skate on the floor.
And did you go? And could you go there and look when they were skating?
Yes, yes. As long as you stayed up in your seats, because they had seats all around. So it was, and now at the shows you could go to. And during that time, when I was a little girl, I think they seem like to me they start. There was some colored women went in the show, and I think they flirting with the white fellas. I think that broke it up because you used to go to most any show, or the Lyric and the Majestic Theater. They didn't let you come in those shows at all. And my brother used to go in because he could speak a different language.
Oh yeah.
See, if because they could tell the foreigners from the Negroes, you know
that. Oh, I see.
I see. So my brother, he worked around the grease salon, and he was a cook. So he'd go any place he wanted to go. But I never was turned down at any place. I went to the, we had a drugstore down there, the Terhun's drugstore on Wanda Street. And white and colored went in there and sit down and eat ice cream. So it was a regular fountain place there.
Yeah.
And well, Muncie wasn't too bad when I was younger, but it grew. I think what happened, I don't know. Now, there was so many Southern people came here. Southern white people came up here, and it did begin to change. Because
when was that? Do you think?
Well, years ago. You know, when I was a girl, they began, and I know Mr. Tom McCann had the Tom McCann shoe store. He said, Miss Sim, I was grown then because I was married. I had 2 children. And he said, Miss Sim, it's not good because there's too many Southerners coming in here causing trouble. He said, I may not live to see it, but said that he's a manager of the McCann, Tom McCann shoe store. And it was right there, located where the meat shop is downtown. That's where the Tom McCann shoe store used to be. And
well, when you were a teenager, did the number of Negroes increase?
Oh,
while you were a teenager during your teen years?
Oh, yes.
That is during.
You mean a lot of others came into Muncie?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was. Oh, yes, people started coming going in Muncie. Yeah, a lot of people came in Muncie. They had to, because see, we had there was 2 churches over in town at that time, the Calvary Baptist Church, and Bethel's where it's right now, and where the Calvary Baptist Church is right now.
Yeah.
They've never moved,
right.
And they had never remodeled only just a little bit. And I used to go over there when I was growing up, call myself being a teenager, you know, around 14 to 15. I used to go over to Calvary. And then they had an ice cream parlor there. We could stop and play a piano thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you put a dime in. I know it was a nickel in, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And we could dance. And the churches, now, see, there was no place else to go on Sunday unless you go to church. And the shows weren't open on Sundays, so you had to go to church. And the church would be packed because people go out and show the clothes. And a lot of them wasn't going there for religion or anything. They're just going to be seen.
It's a good thing to do. Yeah.
And then after they got these churches built out here in Whitey, why, of course, that made theirs not quite so many people going up to those other churches. But Muncie had grown. Oh my, I forgot how large Muncie was during that time, but it wasn't nothing like it, because it's expanded an awful lot in just the last few years. Now you can't bother him. And now anything else you want to know?
Yeah, now when you, did you go to the Longfellow School?
Yes.
Went all the way through?
I went to, no, I didn't go all the way through. I didn't go no further than the 6th grade because I had a blind brother. And my father, we couldn't leave him home all the time. And so you could quit then at 14 if you wanted to. That's up to you. And which was a bad deal, which they shouldn't have never done.
Yeah.
But I quit because my father had to work, and we didn't have no housekeeper or nothing. And I felt like it was my duty to stay home and kind of see after my blind brother. And my father had sent him to blind school in Indianapolis, but it didn't seem to help him, and he was too nervous because he had one seen. And the way they taught him then, in them days, I don't guess was the right way, you know. Now, just look at my brother. You never known he was blind. He had the prettiest big old black eyes. But he got hit in the head and called optic nerve. And that was called he was stone blind. But his eyes were beautiful. And he never did get to go to school. Of course, he couldn't. He went to school to the 3rd grade, I think Papa said. And he got hit in the head when he was 10. Well, he tried to send him down to Indianapolis, and the doctor said they couldn't do anything for him because he wouldn't respond with the treatment. Of course, I don't think they knew like it is now. You know, now,
yeah, they can do more things. They can do more things now.
Yes, if he had come along now, why he'd have been different. He had never seen me, but he knew me, and I used to slip up on the porch sometimes. Is your father home? Try to change the question. And he used to tell me, he said, I knew that's you. And he loved to play a French horn. And then he Papa gave him a little drum. He had a mind of a child, more so than an adult, because when he always liked to play a drum and a French horn. So little tiny drums just to make some noise. But he could go any place around in the house here. He didn't have to have no cane or anything. And he'd go. We had outdoor toilets then. And he went out to the outdoor toilet, and it was in March. I think it was March the 17th. It was real cold. I forgot what year that real cold spell was. And he froze his fingers, and his ears swelled up. And my father had missed him, because we used to have a stove sitting right there, old-fashioned stove, coal stove. And Will always used to sit behind the stove, and Papa had missed him, because he was sitting over there and reading. And he got up and couldn't find Will, and went out there, and he was standing. He had his hand this way. Well, the way he had it, he saved, I think it was 2 fingers on this hand and 2 on this hand. The way he held his fingers, but those didn't freeze. And, well, they didn't have hospital like they had the old home hospital out on Mulberry Street. That's the hospital they had, and it wasn't a very big one. And Dr. Server was his doctor. But he waited too late, I think, to take his fingers off. They turned real black and looked like it was drying up before he'd taken his fingers off. Well, I think that poison had got all through Will. And he didn't live too long after he'd taken his fingers off. But he did learn how to use those 2 fingers he had that they healed up on that nub. But he had nubs, And I said, bless his heart, it seemed like to me that he had an awful bad life.
Yeah. Sure thing.
So,
sure thing.
Now, these streets out here in White, it was nothing but mud. With no gravel on them, just dirt road.
Yeah. Can you remember any white families moving after you came here out in Whiteley?
Yes.
White families still moved in?
Yeah, we had a lot of white families. There's a white family right down there. There's a white family right back there. Right down there. And 2 white families. Because the girls used to come up here and step. Do you know Pete Bice that drives the bus?
No.
Well, his father and I went to school together. And his father and mother got married down there. His father was a black, his grandfather was a blind man. And he and his uncle, Mr. Bison, his uncle, nephew, used to take a push cart. And they made money that way. All things with a push cart. And they go out every day like that. And they were all nice neighbors. And they The daughters were very good-looking girls. Well, George was a very fine-looking boy himself. Well, Pete's a nice-looking fellow. He's gray and got bald spot on top of his head. He's been driving the Ball State bus for a long, long time. Get out there. Get out. So, no, our white neighbors around here were very nice. There's Mr. Tom Sweezy lived back over there, and they were very nice neighbors. And then there was some people back over on Elgin Street named Black. They were very nice. They were nice. Mm-hmm. We all got along all right out here with them. Mm-hmm. And they'd come over, the kids would come over and stay all night. Yeah. We'd go down there and stay all night. And Miss Smith across the street, of course, his first brother, all their children grew up as we did. And of course, Miss Smith died, and then he married another lady, and she was nice. So we had no problems with the white neighbors at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, have more, did more white families move in after that? Or
oh, yes. A lot of them moved in. Plenty of white people moved in out here. Of course, I came from down south. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a family lived down there for a long time. His name was, the boy's on police force now. His name was Scroggins, Robert Scroggins. Mm-hmm. Don or Robert one's on the police force. And they were from Tennessee, but they were the nicest people I ever seen. And Bob came up here one day. His wife's getting ready to have a baby, so the doctor was trained used to hold people up down there, you know. Mm-hmm. And doctor couldn't get out here in time, and so 1916 was my second
1916?
daughter. Yeah, because my second daughter was born in 1916. They was running it then.
Started Maggie's Chicken. What was it? Maggie's?
Maggie's Chicken Place.
Chicken
dinner place. That was what Maggie's Chicken. Mm-hmm.
In 1916, and then, so she ran it from 1916 to 1948. And then he ran it till 51.
Yes.
And you ran it?
And I ran it about 7 years ago.
About 7 years ago. Were they open during the day, or did they just open in the evenings?
Well, they'd open in the afternoon because she'd be open all night long. And we'd open up sometime here about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. Not no early in the daytime. Mm-hmm. And all we served was chicken and salad, and tomato and lettuce salad, or tossed salad, and potato salad. Mm-hmm. And the way we cooked the chicken, we would cut it half in two and fry it that way in deep fat. And everybody thought we would say, come to the kitchen, so see it, watch us fry the chicken. And she always said, well, what do you put on it? I said, nothing but flour. Mm-hmm. But it come out so pretty. Mm-hmm. They thought that I put batter on it, but I didn't put no batter on, nothing but flour. So, but I learned I learned through Maggie and his sister, Maggie's sister, how to fry that chicken. And I said, well, I'll do the best I can. And everybody loved my chicken as well as they did Maggie's.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I got the feeling too bad, and they had too much trouble. And the hoodlums would start coming in there. You know, a lot of young hoodlums. They didn't want no food. They just want coffee or pop just to come in to cause trouble. So I decided to this way. And then I had a blood clot on my leg during that time while I was out there. I was in the hospital. And I said, well, you know, since Maggie killed herself out there. Mm-hmm. And my brother died out there. Won't you send me going out there? So I just forgot it. Mm-hmm. They just tore the house down and stuff. Well, it's been about a month ago.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Well, now, was it, were Negroes, you said they went in the basement? They had a dining room in the basement?
Colored and white go down the basement.
To go down the basement. Mm-hmm. And the dining room upstairs?
Yes. Place upstairs and downstairs. And both will be packed. People out of Anderson and Marion, Kokomo, Harper City. It all flocked right down here on Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had awful good business. Very good business.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when she first started out, Maggie was selling her chicken for 35 cents. And when we finally closed up, we were selling it for $1.50 for half a chicken.
Mm-hmm.
There's this thing now. You see, but she was making good money at 35 cents during those days.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you're getting her chickens much cheaper.
Yeah.
And of course, as chicken went up, well, we had to go up on our price.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Mrs. Nelson over on 6th Street, she still has a chicken place over there. She started after Teach Petty died. Miss Teach Petty had a chicken shack too. But she died and he died, so they bought it. So they still, but they say they're not doing very good, but they're just there.
Where is it?
Over on 6th Street.
6th Street.
Over town.
Mm-hmm. Were they able to make a full-time job out of that, or?
Oh, who you mean?
Yeah, Maggie's.
Oh, Lord, yes, they hard help. They had help. Yes, they had.
How many people worked there?
Let me see, they had about 6 table waiters. They had to have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then her sister, she cooked. They had a stove down in the basement and a stove upstairs, and Sally would be cooking downstairs and bake upstairs. So, oh, yeah, they had good business, very good business. They had an officer would be down the stairs. I think he just went along with the program.
Oh, yeah.
But they all loved Maggie. Oh, it was just a blow when she died, because she died so suddenly. She got up that morning and went out in the kitchen. Arthur said she looked out the back door and come back in the bedroom and fell dead.
Mm.
So.
What was her name before she was married?
Maggie Lofton.
Maggie Lofton.
She came from, she came from St. Louis, I believe. Yeah, St. Louis.
From St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. She was a wonderful cook. She could cook anything.
Well, now Arthur, did he have a job then beside, or did he just work in?
He worked there. No, he didn't need no job. He had a job doing
He had all he could handle.
Yes, and then see where they get their chickens, they'd have to clean them themselves.
Oh yeah.
But then they finally got people got to clean their own chickens and sell them that way, already dressed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at first, Arthur used to have to clean all those chickens himself.
Mm-hmm. How did they happen to get into that?
Well, Maggie used to work for Kenneth Spurgeon. And Kenneth told her, you know, she was such a good cook. She worked for Kenneth for about 30-something years. She helped raise those children. There's Billy and Susie Ann and Mildred. They're all grown, gray-headed now.
Mm-hmm.
And well, they turned gray early on account of their mother and father turned gray early.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mr. Spurgeon was the cause of Maggie starting, because he said, well, Maggie, so many of the friends like to come out to your house to eat. And they would go over to his house, you know, they'd have parties and things like this. So a lot of them would go out in the kitchen and say, Maggie, let's come out to your house. And Maggie had a lovely home.
Where did they live?
Out on 7th. The same place with the chicken shack. But home, but she had such beautiful furniture. And so she started, where Maggie made her mistake, she started letting them come in like that, you know. And then some rookies would come in and steal things. Even took my mother's picture off the wall. I stole them out, but they take her picture, I don't know. And she had a cat, white cat, but look, you know, his eyes would light up. You probably seen those kind. About that tall, Siamese cat, and they had eyes light up. Somebody stole that. And then they got the place where they would start. It had to be hoodlums, you know, to do things. Take a knife and cut the upholstery. So that's when she moved her things over in upstairs, and just put restaurant furniture in there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always someone that has to be a hoodlum. That's all. Before you go. So, but Maggie made good living there. They bought their home, bought lovely furniture, and a car, and so they lived fine.
How did Arthur work before that?
He used to
he-
work around the factory. You can see, he used to work at Baldwin's for years.
Uh-huh.
And then after he and Maggie got together, why, he got this job out to Spurgeon. He and her both went out to Spurgeon's.
Oh, yeah.
She was a house lady, and he helped run the house and drive the car. You know, a chauffeur.
Yeah. Yeah.
They weren't making a lot of money, I don't guess, then, but their food wouldn't cost them anything. And what money Maggie made, she saved until they bought this nice home out there. And then Maggie bought the very best of furniture, and all people were so nice to they gave her such nice gifts. Maggie had so much silver, her buffet was just loaded down with silver. People would give her. And she had silver plates with her initials on them. People would give her, she had covers with her initials on them. Different people would give to her white friends.
Which Spurgeon was it she worked for?
Kenneth Spurgeon.
That was Kenneth then.
He used to run, he used to own the Muncie Gear.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Kenneth's dead. I don't think nobody did but Wiley Spurgeon. Because I don't know who owns the Muncie Gear now.
Was Wiley one of the children
No, Wiley was a brother to Ken.
He was a brother to Ken, yeah. I
No,
see.
he just had 3 children. They were William Spurgeon and Susie Ann and Mildred. And of course, they're all they were the same age. Now, those children were the same age as my older children. Mildred was the same age as my oldest daughter, and Susie Ann was the same age as my second daughter. And the boy, he was a little older than my oldest boy, because when I had my oldest boy, Miss Spurgeon gave me all her baby clothes. And they kept me in beautiful clothes. I go out and help Maggie, and Miss Spurgeon just load me down with clothes. I didn't have to, and they were good clothes. They weren't no cheap ones.
Well, how long did you work out there at the?
Oh, I just helped Maggie out whenever she called me.
Whenever she called.
Because I had a family and I couldn't get out there too often. But whenever she want me to come help iron or help clean or something like that, I'd go out. And it wasn't the money that I was getting. I was anxious to get them clothes because she kept me. My 2 daughters dressed alike all the time because Susie Ann and Mildred dressed alike. And my oldest daughters dressed alike all the time because they got their clothes. And got nice clothes. Well, they had me more. Just, you know, rich people, but they get tired of anything. You go buy something else. But they were lovely. Just lovely people.
Well, how many children did you have?
I have 9.
9?
I have 9 beautiful children. I think they're beautiful. This boy here, he's got his master's degree last year, and that's his. Now he's married, got 3 children.
What's his name?
Jimmy Sims, James Arthur Sims. He lives in Newark, New Jersey.
Lives in Newark.
Newark, New Jersey. And my oldest son, he lives in Newark, New Jersey. And
you had 9 children. How many of them live in Muncie now?
1.
Just 1?
That's his daddy. And I have a daughter in California and 2 in Detroit. Fanny and Spencer live in Detroit. And Howard and Jimmy, we call him Jimmy. His name is James. He lives in Newark, New Jersey. And I have 3 in Dayton. Creta, Elizabeth, and George. And 1 here, Raymond. Raymond works for Action.
Yeah, I must know.
You probably know Raymond.
I've probably seen him. I can't quite place him, but I'm sure I must recall. Is there any particular reason why most of them have gone on? It has to do with Muncie?
Well, they can do better.
You know, they can get a better job?
Oh, yeah. My daughter in California, she's works for the government. And she's got a picture of her. And she's an outstanding performance there. I want to get her framed for it before it gets all messed up. I have her children here with me. I'm going to send them home in January. Of course, the other girl has to go back to school. This is my This is my daughter, but this husband I had. See, I had 5 children by my first husband and 4 by my last husband. But they're all my children, so they're all brothers and sisters. See here? See what it says? Outstanding performance of Henry May McDonald. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
So that was something.
Mm-hmm. Where does she work?
In California.
In
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
She got a wonderful job. And she's still going to school. She wants to get higher and higher. So it's all right.
Yeah.
She's 45. And now Jimmy, he's assistant manager of the Western House there in Newark, New Jersey. He's got a good job. Listen here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, now
is it an office or a
he has
factory
his own
that
office.
he?
It's in I don't know, but he has his own office.
Yeah.
And then I have a grandson out in Colorado. He's I don't know what he's doing, but he has his own office and his own. Because he called me in the daytime. I said, well, you can call me in the daytime from Colorado. He said, well, don't cost him nothing.
Yeah.
So he calls me. And now his father, he works just at a factory, but he makes about $250 a week. And his wife is assistant manager of a big department store there in Newark, New Jersey. And she makes very good money. And they have a duplex. It's you know what a duplex is. They live downstairs, and then there people live up over them, and then there's a 3rd floor. So that is a big income, which it needs it because they had to pay I think it's $100 a month for taxes. That's pretty high.
Yeah, yeah.
And my daughter in Detroit, she has a men's store. She and her husband. So you see why they get away from Muncie. There's not too much here for it to offer. And
is that
my son that lives there? He works in the men's. He's a manager of a men's clothing store in Detroit. And of course, my son, youngest boy in Dayton, he works for Emlyn factory where they make it's plastic upholstering and plastic for different things. He works in there. And when he works 7 days a week, he draws $400. That's good money.
Yeah. I'm not going to turn it down. I wouldn't turn it down. Yeah.
No. And I told him, I said, well, honey, I don't want your case if I'm not there. I said, Mom, the work's not that hard. He said, but see, on Sundays you get double time. So that's what he does. He works on Sundays too.
Yeah.
That's why he gets so much more money. What you want, Pinky? Come on. What you want? You want to go outside? You want to go outdoors? Huh?
An opportunity better. All the cities that they live in are bigger than Muncie is.
Oh, well, it's more a better opportunity at larger towns, larger cities. We have a better opportunity. And my daughter in Detroit, she's got a gorgeous home. And she got a great big swimming pool in the back. Oh, that should be a swimming pool or not. She's, of course, they all got nice homes. But I was just talking about her. Hers is the biggest one. She's got the largest home. And
what's her name?
Fannie Williams. Fannie Louise Williams. She's my baby girl from my first husband. I had 5 children by my first and 4 by my last husband. But I'm the mama, so with all brothers and sisters, they don't ever say they're half or nothing. I don't allow them to say that. They never have said it. So no sisters. I happen to be the mother. And they respect they're crazy about my husband because he helped raise them, so why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Because she was just 2 years old. She was quite young. Only daddy she knew anything about. I don't do very seldom say anything about of course, my other husband, he died of TB. What was that picture? What's in here? Don't you do it. Don't you dare scratch me. And I'm gonna put you out on the back porch when you're gone. I'm going back porch. Mother, boy's daddy. Why what was that picture? I thought I seen that in there. He stayed, of course, Raven just stayed in Muncie. He's just a Muncie boy. I don't think he wants to go away from Muncie. Because I'm here, I guess. I don't know.
You know, somebody's got to stay home and
Yes, but
take care of things. Huh?
But he's all right. He's nice to me. He always, whenever he comes, he kisses me coming, kisses me going. So I guess he must love me. Oh, dear. Well, my family always nice to me. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It must be in that other book. I can't find it in here. I'm going to show you the swimming pool. You stop that bite me, Pinky.
You can do better somewhere else.
Yes.
Do you think that your family is kind of typical of families in that a lot of the kids move away from Muncie when they grow up?
No.
You don't think so?
Where is that picture? Can't even find it. This was taken out in California. I went out in California, stayed a month. My daughter, that's my daughter. She's that's Raymond when he was in service. That's the youngest boy when he was in service. That's my grandson that's in Colorado. Some of these old pictures we did off. And that's the first family reunion we had. This is my husband. Shoot, I didn't remember. I did this. I knew it's in here. They own their own store.
What's the name of it?
Men's store. Carl's men's store.
Carl's men's store?
I told you.
And she went to Union when
yes, and I was just, I'm trying to tell you, I was about 14 or 15 years old about 15 years old when I joined Union.
You were about 14 or 15 when you joined Union.
About 15, I think.
And it had been just formed then?
Yes, it had been too old. The church had been too old.
Yeah, and
it was up right there on Macedonia. It moved into the new church. But that church was, I was down there when they had laid the cornerstone, but I was quite young. And I don't know whether they still got the same cornerstone over at the other church or not. I don't hardly think so. They got a new cornerstone. That old cornerstone, they took it out, I think. I'm not for sure. But I can find out from my pastor.
Yeah, no, that building with the cornerstone, that was the one on Macedonia.
Yes,
and
tore it down.
Macedonia and
Russie.
And Russie. Was it just a small building then?
No, it was a pretty good sized
church.
Yes,
And it had just been built then.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there when they put the cornerstone in.
Yes, when they put the cornerstone in.
Was it a brick building or a?
No, it was a frame building.
It was a frame building.
White. And then they finally put on that old red brick looking stuff on there.
Siding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brick siding on there. But at first it was just a white church.
Who was the pastor when they?
Reverend Mac Williams.
Mac Williams was the pastor then.
Yeah. And when he died, then Reverend Smith, he was the pastor.
What was his first name? Do you remember?
His name was James.
James Smith? How long after would that have been? About a few years or a lot of years? Or
I don't recall. Let me see. Reverend Smith went in there while I had two children there. Because my father-in-law was the superintendent of the Sunday school there, B.A. Nash. And Lucreta is, I think Lucreta and Elizabeth, when they had that picture taken of the church and the Sunday school in the group, I think Lucreta must have been about 8 and Elizabeth about 6. So yes, it's been, that church has been there.
No. By that time, Reverend Smith was
pastor.
Was the pastor then. And
because he died from that church.
He died. Do you remember about when that was?
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot what date.
Who followed him?
The old lady has some nature. Well, they had so many ministers after that happened. Let's see who taking his place. Reverend Faison, I believe.
Feston?
Then Reverend Wise, and Reverend Buckman. Reverend Buckman stayed there long and rest up.
Feston, and then Wise, and then Buckman.
Reverend Buckman's in Dayton now.
He's in Dayton now.
And he has a Mount Zion Baptist Church over there. And he's old. He's 80-some years old, but he's still trying to pastor.
Goodness sake.
He's a good big man. And then they finally got a fellow by the name of Davis. So he wasn't there at no time, was he? He wasn't right. They let him go.
Mm-hmm.
So Reverend Dew has been there longer than any of them.
Reverend Dew.
The one we have now.
He's there now. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's there.
And how long would you say he's been there?
Well, let me see. How old was that baby boy? The little boy was the baby they got now. I'd have to call him and ask him, because I don't remember.
20 years, you think?
No.
Not
The
that
boy's
long?
not that old.
Mm-hmm.
The boy's just about 14, I imagine.
Oh.
He hadn't, well, because they have an anniversary for him every year.
Mm-hmm.
Give him money.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a lovely parsonage, but he built his own home. He's got a lovely home over on Kirk Street. Beautiful home, brick home. But in the parsonage, they had a cement floor, and he has arthritis so bad. So he decided he better build his own home anyhow. Because I don't blame him. Because see, if he get put out of the church or anything happened to him, his wife and children would have no home.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are parsonage, you have to move out.
Right.
Somebody's coming
Yeah.
in. So this way he has his own home. And she's a school teacher. She teaches up at East Longfellow School.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, now you have a new building.
Brand new building.
Brand new building. When did you move into
We haven't
that?
even got the carpet on the floor yet, but
Oh,
we're in there.
It's that new, huh?
Yes, it's brand new. Mm-hmm.
So you were in that other building then on Macedonia and Russie until
last year.
Until last year.
We moved in last year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I have a picture
Well,
here.
how many members are there in Union Baptist now?
Oh, I think there's around, well, called all members if they come to church,
Mm-hmm.
They're near 300, I think.
Mm-hmm. Of a Sunday morning now, how many would be?
Well, the
in
church is
church?
pretty well filled up on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
According to what kind of weather it is. How people have that kind of religion.
Yeah, that's right. Fair weather.
Cold religion, hot religion, they get out. Cold religion, they stay in.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there, I'm trying to see that picture of me and Reverend Dew standing out in front of the church when they just start building it. My girlfriend took it. Oh, here it
There it is.
See, I'm an old membership. That's why they had my picture taken with him.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just getting that building started.
Mm-hmm. How many were there? Do you remember when you first started going? When they first laid the cornerstone in the old church? Do you remember?
I can't recall how many. Or it wasn't too many.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a full house, but they had a nice big church.
Uh-huh. They were pretty optimistic then. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And the church eventually did get pretty filled up.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they finally filled it up. Different ones. And a lot of people from across town even come out here and join.
Mm-hmm.
And they still do that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these in town out here join across town. Our neighbors across over here, they belong across town.
Uh-huh.
Of course, they do that way. They go wherever church you want to go to.
Right. Right.
Because we have a lot of colored Catholics. So it's a Catholic church.
St. Lawrence?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
St. Mary's or Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 friends, real good friends of mine, belong to the Catholic church.
Mm-hmm.
And Ray Armstrong, that he was a shoemaker here in Muncie, he died. It's the first time I'd ever been to a funeral at a Catholic church.
Oh, yeah. He went to, what church did he attend?
Yeah, down here on Hackley Street.
The St. Lawrence?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you give them that Passover. I don't believe in all that stuff.
Yeah.
Are you a Catholic?
No.
No, I don't believe in that. They taking that fasting over to other land, took that flower stuff and went all around this casket. And so I see they don't allow no flowers, nothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, now, Ray Armstrong he had a shoe repair.
He still, yes,
store.
His son's got it now.
His son has it.
His son and his wife.
It's
Down on
on
Penn Street.
Penn Street.
He built that before. After he retired, they tore that building downtown. He built this one out here.
He had one downtown.
Yes.
Before.
Oh,
for years and years, didn't he?
Lord, yes.
When did that go back to the 20s?
Oh, Ray had that. No, wasn't that far back because Ray didn't live in Muncie then, I don't think. Let me see, Barbara Jean is same age of him, she's 45. And Ray and Dorothy, let's see, they had been married about a couple of years before they had any children. That's when he first come to Muncie.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when he first started up with an ice cream place down there where the liquor store is right now.
On Highland?
Yeah, that was his place.
Was it an ice cream store?
Yes, had an ice cream parlor there.
Uh-huh.
And he lived in the little house right back of it.
Uh-huh.
And then he finally went into the shoe business. And my husband tried his best to not sell that place, keep his shoe business out here, but he took it on over town. Of course, I guess he done good over there. Mm-hmm. But he's got a lovely shoe shop down here because of course, their house is right in the same lot,
Mm-hmm.
The shoe shop.
The one on Penn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So his son does he's a fireman, but he works 3 days for his mama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Now, yeah, his son's name?
Jimmy
Armstrong. Yeah. Well, he was also on the city council, wasn't he?
Yes.
Ray Armstrong?
Yeah. And policeman.
Was he? He was a policeman before that.
Yeah.
Well, did he have the shoe store then too? Well, he was a policeman, or?
He didn't have a shoe store when he was a policeman. I don't think he did. Don't seem like to me he had a shoe store then.
He was a policeman back in the 30s, I think.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't no policeman. He didn't have no shoe shop then.
Not then.
I forgot. I don't remember what year he went into the shoe business.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I don't. But I know he was an awful good shoe shop. I had a shoe cobbler. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of business.
Well, was he the first Negro you remember being elected to an office like city council?
Yes, I have a picture of it. I got a picture of Ray. My husband and Ray were just like this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dorothy and I are very good friends. His wife.
Uh-huh. Perhaps she might be somebody to talk to. Has she been here?
With my husband?
No, I was talking to his wife, Ms. Armstrong. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, she could. She might tell you for as long as she's been here. Because Dorothy's been here quite a while. Because she was here when she was a girl. She lived right up here on Russell Street.
Mm-hmm. I'd be a little